if the main plot is about romance, none of it, like, there's gonna be a lot of unrealistic things, just because
it's the nature of it.
Exactly.
That's the reason people would watch it in the first place.
Exactly. If it were real, no one would watch romance movies if they.
It was realistic.
Exactly.
Could you imagine how awkward? I get secondhand embarrassment from watching the movie.
Hello, I'm Kayla.
I'm Padma.
And this is Chicks,
Flicks,
and Other Unrealistic Representations. Today we're going to be talking about the film To All the Boys I've Loved Before.
A Netflix original.
And of course we're going to be judging it by 5 categories: family,
Friends,
relationships,
school,
and personality.
Yay.
Family. I feel like, honestly, family is like the strongest theme that this movie has going for it, because, I don't know, everyone's like very consistent, and like the family dynamics make sense with the lack of like a father or the lack of like a mother. Like they were cute. They were supportive.
So cute.
Yeah.
Like the sibling nature, the fact they're all sisters and they get along. That was cute. They get along too well.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah.
But like, yeah, Laura Jean should have actually killed her little sister.
Yeah, exactly.
But wait, no, I would have like actually killed my little sister if something like that happened. Because me and my sister were
have
actually
it on record. If
yeah.
this happens, we know who did it.
Yeah, it was me. But we're also actually 5 years apart, just like the movie.
Oh.
Like Laura Jean and her sister's 11. I'm also 16 and my sister's 11.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think I talked to my little sister about like boys and stuff.
True. But okay, their dad. Like, I think he was realistic, but yeah, you're right. Like, he could have done more in the movie.
He could have done more.
And
he's like the classic white.
Yeah, exactly.
dad.
He's just like so lax and like, my dad's white. He'd do the same thing.
Yeah, and the fact that they didn't have like an Asian father.
It would have
Like,
been
you
over in
can
10 minutes.
really-
The movie would have been over in 10 minutes.
Like, the Asian dad would just been like, no, go to your room and go study.
Exactly. Like,
I
you
need
can't
a
have a
perfect
boyfriend.
SAT score. And then she would have never done any of this.
Exactly. Never would have spoken to Peter.
I know, but the white dad instead is like, honey, you're going to parties.
Exactly.
I'm so proud of you.
Exactly.
What dad says that?
No. Okay, and then friends. She would have had like at least more than one.
Yeah,
friend.
she seems like a really friendly and nice person.
Exactly.
Like,
And like she has a good sense of like a good fashion sense. And, I don't know.
yeah, and she's so pretty. Like, why doesn't she have more friends?
Exactly.
And her character's never like, I'm super awkward type of person.
Yeah, she's not that awkward. She can like talk to people. She's fine with it. It's just she's not that much of an open book, I guess.
Yeah,
Is what they're trying to
and I feel like also Netflix tries to do that thing to make it more relatable to the kids.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm invisible. She would said that a lot.
She said that.
Like, I'm invisible, and she hides in the corner with her teen romance novels, which I get.
Yeah, but no one would like. Yeah, it's like you said. Like it's like an adult woman wrote the dialogue sometimes.
Then you can tell.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
And just the entire like sense of popularity. Like it would be fine if they specified that it's a small town, if they specified that it's a small school. Like I've been in a private school when it's like 14 people in one like grade. Like obviously everyone's gonna know everyone's business. Like if they had said like this is such a small school, everything circulates really quickly. But like since they're just trying to pull it off as like your standard everyday school,
Yeah.
no one cares about people's drama. No one knows enough people
Yeah.
to like to have everybody know about one person's
It's like
drama.
It's just a trope at this point.
Mm-hmm.
If everyone like thinks high school, like everyone knows who the popular kid is. Everyone
Exactly.
knows everyone. Our school, what? There are like 600 kids in our grade.
Exactly.
I
don't know any
anyone.
of them.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe know like 30 people's name.
Exactly.
30 kids, I know their name.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I don't know.
And no one like cares about like no one is popular. No one who's popular knows that they're popular. Like it's people who have a lot of friends. They just have a lot of friends. It's not like, oh, they're the popular
Yeah, because
one.
when
It's
you're
just-
surrounded by people like you, you don't think about.
Exactly. It's
Highly
just
different.
exactly. So I mean, maybe there's some popular person out there who's like, oh, my life is so difficult.
I know.
I'm so popular. There's so many.
Yeah, I don't get popularity.
I don't.
I get like wanting to be liked, but that's different from like popularity.
Exactly. Like the
It's
way
very
that teen
different.
movies, they're just like, oh, they want to get popular. They want to hang out with these people to be labeled as popular.
Yeah,
But like,
but it could be just like I want to be liked.
Exactly, that's it. That's all anyone wants to be.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need a certain number. I don't feel like I need a certain number of friends. I just want some friends.
Yeah.
Who like me.
She wants someone to like you.
Exactly. Yeah. But, okay, I feel like Jen's character, it was very one-dimensional, and, like, they could have, I don't know, if they wanted to go with the popularity trope, they should have just leaned into it instead of trying to make her, like, realistic, but they pulled her off as, like, annoying. Like, she's annoying. Anyone who's that annoying and petty would not have that many friends. No one would want to be friends.
Yeah, why'd she care about a 7th grade
Exactly. Kiss.
She's so petty.
Yeah. Oh, and then the whole thing with, I forgot his name again. The gay kid.
That's all you need to know.
Exactly. That's not realistic.
I know. The movie just wants you to say, like, look, there's a gay black kid.
Exactly. I have more gay friends than straight friends. Like, it's more commonplace now to just be like, oh, I'm gay, and, like, people are just like...
She just did a finger gun?
Yeah. Like, no one...
It's always the side characters that are gay.
Exactly.
And he didn't even matter to the plot other than the letter.
Yeah, exactly. So they were just kind of like peppering it in for like, you're like, here you go.
Like the comedic effect. That's they kind of made it just a joke.
That's how so many like minorities are just played off in movies. And like Netflix tried to like be that movie that had an Asian like main character, and yet they still like did this other thing that's pretty common.
Yeah. She's an Asian kid. But then her whole lifestyle and everything about her is classic American. Like, she's, like, Asian families are not like that.
Yeah. Oh, Padma's, like, Indian, by the way, so she understands.
Yeah, the only thing about her that was Asian was the way she looked. Like, nothing about her culture or her family.
Yeah. And, like, the little milkshake the Korean milkshake.
They mentioned that one time.
Exactly.
The Korean grocery store, duh.
Exactly. Oh, jeez. Yeah, it's not... I don't know, you have to, like, commit and, like, show accurate representations of... If you're playing off minority, especially if you're not a minority yourself. Like, if you're not, you can't just... I don't know, like, don't make it obvious, but just make it realistic.
Make it realistic.
Exactly. Like, you're trying to have a minority main character that still appeals to, like, white people so that they'll watch the movie, but like you don't really have to do that.
You don't.
It should just be life. Just make it real.
But she's quirky. Aren't they all?
Yeah. Okay, they're always out so late. They're always like they're just
out so late.
None of them have parents. None of them. There's no administration at the school, but that's a different. that's a different thing. Josh does not have parents. I am convinced he lives under a bridge and pretends to live in the house. I've never seen him like actually inside
in the house.
Exactly. He just kind of like walks
I'm the
around
neighbor.
Sure you are. Sure. Like that's why you wear the same T-shirt like 3 times a week. Like
he wears that same jean jacket.
Exactly.
Every time you see him.
Josh is homeless. You heard it here first. Like seriously, he is. Okay, and then social media. Social media.
The complete lack of.
Yeah, like all they do is like show Instagram twice, the whole video getting out or whatever, and that one terrible photo.
It's so bad.
Like he's not looking at the camera, like it's like half blurry. No one would post that. There's not even a filter on it. No, not with like Facetune or whatever they have these days.
Right?
Yeah, no one would.
Yeah. No. Oh, also the thing about her older sister, she emailed Instagram.
Yeah.
With child pornography.
I know. Like, first of all, an administrator would have like gotten on that immediately. Yeah. Like the moment that comes out.
It's technically like a school field
it's a
trip.
School function. They would have known. They would have like had an entire assembly about it. Like they would have both been like suspended for something. Whoever would have posted it would have been tracked down and like completely expelled. Like they didn't. Okay, romantic relationships. That I mean that's like the entirety of the movie. So.
And these movies, they're just taking themselves too seriously too.
Exactly.
They're acting like this relationship is gonna
last forever.
And it's gonna affect them in 50 years.
I think they said like they love. Do you? Are you like? Is your brain developed? Like okay. Like sure you can. Okay, teenagers feel love, obviously, but it's not like that long-lasting, like thing that you fight for that like people who are much older than us understand more thoroughly because they've been in more relationships, they've seen more heartbreak, and their relationships have like gone through more like trials than whatever like this was.
Whatever this was.
Honestly, yeah, they were like
Jenny.
It was just the lack of communication.
Yeah.
Like I get that that's Laura Jean's character, but I don't know. I feel like one of them, like Peter would have just kind of been like, stop, just talk to me, just talk to me.
Yeah, they don't do that.
Yeah, like their problems just stem because they don't talk to each other.
They don't talk to each other. How did Peter even like her in the first place?
It's
because
unexplained. Like, when did that happen?
The first time you ever see them interact is like Jenny's making fun of her shoes.
Exactly.
The second time, Laura Jean almost ran him over.
Exactly.
And then he's like, I really like you, by the way.
Exactly. Like, where did that come from?
When did they interact?
And like, if he was the one that started the contract and he liked her then, when? Like, I could see like if it was like a mutual thing and they were kind of forced into it, and then from there they grew to like each other. But the fact that like they're trying to play it off as though he liked her from the beginning, I just can't see that.
I can't see that at all.
Yeah, it would have been the development of, I don't know, like Netflix is trying to say two different things. They're trying to say like, oh, they like over time fell in love,
but he liked her first. But also, he seemed like a pretty confident and like,
yeah,
he's a popular guy.
Yeah, exactly.
So I still don't get why he would have just asked her out.
Yeah, exactly. He would have just asked her out. This never would have. Yeah, if he's that confident and that. Yeah, no. Okay, but Peter does seem like a lacrosse type of person.
Yeah,
like he definitely plays lacrosse. Like I could see him. Honestly, just the actor. Like he
probably did in high school.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no.
That's how Netflix heard about him.
He's tall enough. He's like, yeah.
How old were they in that movie?
Junior year, so like.
No, I mean in real life.
Oh.
When they acted in the movie.
Ooh, Condor.
Don't we love it when like 25-year-olds?
Yes.
Like I'm 16.
Yep. I feel like
they really did look.
Oh, she's 22. So she was 21.
Okay, that's fine.
She doesn't look 21. What the heck? And he is 23, so he was 20. Okay,
22.
Yeah, that's not that bad.
That's not that bad.
Okay. He looked like he was much older. Josh. Oh, he was only 24.
He's only 24.
I don't know. He kind of looked like a crack addict, too. So. She was 30! I knew it!
The older sister?
Actually 30.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, her going to Scotland.
What?
Like,
if she's like the smart like type of person,
yeah.
What school is
What's
in Scotland?
Scotland
No one would want to go to
what
Scotland.
The
like
heck?
London, like Cambridge, Oxford, whatever.
That would have been cool.
That would have been fun.
Scotland? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. What are they
I'm sorry we're hating on Scotland.
I know, but you guys have no good schools. You suck, Scotland.
That's true. We're gonna be surrounded by Scottish people.
Yeah.
It's so cold there.
Exactly. Yeah. And in temperate Colorado, she would not want to live there.
Yeah, just go to Colorado. It's cool.
Honestly, there's better schools in America than Scotland. I bet.
I bet.
Yeah. But I guess the issue is like they were saying like, oh, she wanted to get away from her family. Whatever. You could do that.
She really hated her family.
She really.
They went all the way to
Scotland. Like, just I don't care about like whatever school in Scotland accepts
like the other side of the world.
Get me
please.
away. Yeah. Okay, back to Peter and Jen's relationship was like
a mess.
It was a mess, yes, but it was realistic. I feel it was more. Like, okay, Peter and Laura had good chemistry, but like in terms of high school relationships, I feel like Peter and Jen would have made more sense.
Yeah.
I guess that's what they were trying to play it off as, but like his obsession with her was very realistic, I feel.
Yeah,
because
that's fact that they talked.
That's how like high schoolers are with like past relationships.
Yeah.
They just I don't know, they hold on to that type of thing.
And
like
do.
It's a big deal when like people talk to like their exes and stuff in high school. And then okay, the biggest good thing that I have to say about Peter and Laura's relationship, I liked their development as told through like their late night like conversations. Like sure they're out too late, but I feel like that's realistic. Like the talking and like offloading on each other, like that's a thing that teenagers do.
Yeah.
Like I can barely know
cute.
you, and like if I'm in a room with a person for like 6 hours, they're gonna know like half of my life story by the time I walk out. Just because like what else do you have to say?
Honestly. Yeah.
And like when you're a teenager, everything seems like a big deal. Like obviously like dead parents are a big deal. That's a big deal. But like it was realistic the way that they played it off. And they had like similarities in their background, and like their relationship wasn't too far-fetched. It seemed pretty realistic. I could see them being together, and it was cute.
Oh, what about Josh and the older sister?
Oh yeah,
their relationship. The fact that she's 1 year older than him.
Yeah.
Which is like, it could happen.
And like, who would want to date your sister's friends? Like, your siblings' friends are like weird. Unless they're the older sibling. Like, if it's the younger sibling, you don't want to like associate with your siblings' friends.
I know. Like, Laura Jean and Josh, they were friends since like they were pretty young.
Exactly. And I feel like he would have had more of like a brotherly relationship with her sister.
Yeah. And the fact that her older sister was just like, hey.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's funny, they broke up over the plane ticket.
That's unrealistic. Josh,
the fact that he bought...
He's a hobo. He doesn't have the money. Homeless, remember? Exactly. He can't afford plane... What high schooler can afford plane tickets?
I know, right?
To visit
Unless
their
his
girlfriend.
Parents bought. They live in a super rich... Everything about... Like teen movies, they really like to put them in rich neighborhoods. They don't want to deal with problems such as poverty. No, they want to deal with relationship problems.
Exactly. Yeah, no, you got to focus on one. They can't have too many issues, I guess.
Yeah, which is weird because like a lot of teenagers' life is like all of these issues.
Exactly.
Once.
Just hit us with it, but do it gracefully. Like it's fine to address things like poverty. Like you don't have to just focus on like one specific.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Why can't they be in love and also have to like deal with other things at the same time?
Yeah.
They don't talk about school problems, like academic problems.
Let's shift into school now. That's the biggest. There are no teachers at this school. This is a student-run school.
There are no tests.
Of this. There's no tests.
There's no
homework.
stress.
No
anxiety.
Literally no one
depression.
What?
Is this even real? It's a dream.
What type of like fantasy land is? I want to live there. I want to
go
like,
there.
Money
and just worry about ski trips for the rest of my life.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Every high schooler struggles with school. You can take the easiest classes and you're still gonna like have homework problems and tests that you have to study.
Students in like AP classes, students in like average classes. Everyone worries about school.
Exactly. Everyone has homework.
Or they just drop out.
Yeah, exactly. See that one.
But everyone has homework. And
and no one, they don't do. And if Laura Jean is supposed to be like this smart girl, where is that homework? I don't. You're going off to parties. No, I don't have that kind of time. I don't.
What? The American schooling system doesn't let you go to parties on weeknights.
No.
Who does she think she is?
And then, okay, I don't know if this is just an our school thing, but like, we're not allowed to eat lunch anywhere. Like, okay, their school was very large. They had a very big school. They had like multitudes of courtyards. They had so many places to eat. You could eat in the middle of a field. If there's that many places for people to be able to like jump a fence and leave, you're not going to be allowed anywhere during lunchtime because that's the problem that our school has, and that's why we're not allowed anywhere other than
administration is like this dictatorship, like this regime over us,
and especially if they're like a rich school, because like if everyone's rich, the school is gonna have that kind of money from like the area code people like paying their taxes. Administration would be on everybody. It's not, especially, and their school is so nice. Their bathrooms are so nice.
Their bathrooms are
no one like that scene when she goes into the bathroom and she's like holding both sides.
The guy follows her in.
I know that's not. Creepy. There would be like a teacher walking.
He can't just be gay and still like go into a girl's bathroom.
Yeah, nah. Okay, and then back to the gym scene, like she's running laps and like in the background on the field there's just like people playing soccer, and then Peter just comes, like if she has a class, he has a class, like there's no and like if you don't have a class, if you have a free period, you're not allowed to walk around the school. That doesn't happen. It's not.
And the fact that she fainted, gym teacher said nothing.
Nothing.
And then she kisses Peter. Gym teacher's like,
hey,
get off!
That was the
I care now.
Only teacher we saw the entire movie. If he's the one running things, like
he runs the school.
Obviously. Oh, okay. Dress code. It doesn't happen that often, but like the first day outfit that she had, those shorts were not in dress code.
I know.
Like I don't care if you have like the finger length rule or like the 4 inches above the knee.
Again, the lack of administration.
Yeah. Oh, and then on the ski trip, when he just kind of tosses the cards in the air, like why was there not a teacher on that ski trip? Who would let their parents? Who was driving the bus? There were no teachers sitting in the front of the bus.
Know.
There would have been like they would have taken half of the school's administration just for that trip, and like girls would have been on one like level, the guys would have been on another level. There would be like patrols like every hour and they'd just be knocking on people's doors, like ramming into people's rooms and being like, "Hey, you shouldn't be in here." And like just no, it wouldn't. No. Oh, okay. And then the picture thing. Just, okay.
Oh, the picture on the locker.
Just the entire, the hot tub thing, like being on Instagram, it wouldn't be, once again, lack of administration. Like, if it were our school, like, our principal would have, like, known about it the second she would have just sensed it. Like, Google
like
it
a
online.
spidey sense.
Exactly, and she just would have, like, single-handedly removed it, expelled, like, anyone who had anything to do with it. There would have been an assembly, like, everyone would have, it would have been a big deal.
Big mess.
Yeah.
And it was just taped on a locker wall.
No one cares enough to, like...
I liked how they were just all surrounding it.
Just laughing at it. Like, who has that kind of time?
Like an art gallery.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah. Yeah, and they were just all laughing at it. It's as though they were paid to stand there and laugh at it.
As though they were extras.
I know.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was their one purpose. Okay, so now we can talk about, like, Laura Jean herself. Like,
Laura Jean herself. They also tried to play her off as almost innocent a lot.
Yeah.
Where Josh is like, "You're so innocent."
Yeah.
What?
What does that mean?
What does that mean? Yeah, like
Like,
she's a high school girl, innocent
on
as
Instagram.
as
with
in, like,
access to, like, the internet and stuff. Like, I get she reads her teen romance novels, but if you read romance novels, you're not innocent.
You're not innocent.
No.
You know what goes on in this?
Yeah, exactly.
But she was very cute, and
She was cute.
And like the quirkiness, it didn't feel like fake.
Yeah.
You know how in some movies the girl is like quirky but kind of annoying?
Yeah.
This is like a charming.
And it's like a forced
quirky
type of quirkiness.
Yeah,
like,
this one was very
it
charming.
just kind of randomly like threw a dartboard at like just different personality traits. Like some people are like that. She was not like this.
She was not like that.
It made sense. Like
It
her
made a lot of
personality just made sense.
She just casually fell off the roof.
Exactly.
That was great.
Yeah.
No one rides her bike away.
She was fine, yeah. She seems like the type of person who would fall off a roof and be fine and have a calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the type of person that, you know, people like have a planner and calendars like, look, I'm so organized, but then the room's a mess.
Exactly.
That's Laura G.
That's me.
That's you. I was just gonna say.
Yeah, no. I don't have a calendar. That's a waste of paper, but I have a planner.
A planner calendar?
Yes.
A 2-in-1.
Calendars, I feel like I'd have to get like a very massive calendar to be able to write all the things that I have to do.
Yeah, she had
day.
nothing on her calendar.
Exactly.
Why does she have nothing to...
For the aesthetic.
For the aesthetic.
I feel like that's
Even
why
like
she does a lot of
schoolwork.
things. For the aesthetic.
That's
Falls out
so
a window for the
true.
aesthetic. Like rides a spark. She doesn't want to ride a car because it doesn't match her aesthetic. A bike matches her aesthetic.
A bike
A red SUV does not.
does not.
That
It's
makes
true.
sense.
Even like Peter's car was like perfect for his aesthetic.
Exactly.
It wasn't like a rundown like
and like
sedan.
the car was perfect for her sister's aesthetic, and it was her sister's car. We think everything in this movie happens because of aesthetic.
Everything.
Yeah,
in
I mean
Netflix
it's such a
movie.
Pretty like movie.
It
Obviously,
is.
they'd have to like match that.
Also, why was there ski trip? Sorry, this is off topic.
No, what?
They didn't go skiing.
See, we don't have like field trips at our school. That's just not a thing. Like we have grad bash, and it's a annual thing. Is it just for the juniors? Actually, yeah.
Why were there like 10 kids?
Yeah, there weren't that many.
There were like 10
There were
kids.
actually.
Yeah, only that many people can afford it.
Yeah, and if it's like an annual thing, obviously it's freshmen through seniors.
Maybe they got a different cabin. But they never did any skiing.
I know. They just kind of mentioned it.
They just kind of mentioned it.
Well, no,
Or she did face masks instead.
Yeah, it was too cold. But they live in Colorado.
Do you not know how to ski?
I know.
It should be in your blood.
Exactly. No, Colorado. I think skiing. I think Wisconsin.
Who else
I
would
think
go to
cheese.
Colorado?
Exactly.
Except for the skiing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only heard of like people moving out of Colorado. Honestly, the Midwest, people only move out of the Midwest. They don't move to them.
Well, that's a problem with, I feel like, American economics and everything.
So, like, how would you rate this movie on realism from, what did we say it was going to be?
So, from a scale from sleeping through your alarm
to falling into quicksand.
So we decided.
Yeah, we decided it was, I don't know why I asked you, or you decided it. It's as realistic as an easy bake oven catching on fire, because it could happen, but there would have to be some extraneous circumstances for it to happen. And this movie was just a
like
list
that
of extraneous circumstances. So many things could have happened, and it just would have ended like right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
This movie is a burning easy bake oven.
That makes it sound bad. It was a good movie.
It was a good movie.
Yeah,
because easy bake ovens are good.
Yeah. I don't think I ever had one. My cousin did, and
I've always wanted one.
Yeah.
So that's how we feel about this movie.
Yes. I've always wanted a bake oven, but it's on fire.
Yeah.
Hi guys, thank you for listening.
And hope you enjoyed it.
Make sure to follow us on Spotify at Chicks, Flicks, and Other Unrealistic Representations.
And our Instagram at unrealistic.representation.
And subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is in the link to our bio.
And on Instagram.
And like this video if you liked our podcast.
Yes, and for the next episode, we'll be talking about Lady Bird.
Which is a much more realistic movie.
Yep.